Centuries ago, in a village somewhere in the world, a rich merchant and his three sons were living. Three of this man's sons were so ugly that no one would want to talk to them. They had big eyes, crooked noses, and dirty mouths. But the other boy was very handsome. He had fair hair and eyes blue as the sea. All the girls in the village admired him. His name was Henry. One day the merchant lost all of his money. When they got poor, the merchant's two sons became very withdrawn. Henry was very upset with his father's condition. While his father was trying to find money, his handsome son took up his sleeves to help him. He thought, "I'm already very handsome. Everyone loves me." Young and handsome boy with these thoughts went for a walk in the forest with his horse. He did not notice it was getting dark while walking contemplatively and thoughtfully. He lost his way home. His horse is also far away. Poor boy lost in the forest. While wandering without knowing what to do, he saw a huge castle among the trees. This was a very old ruined castle, but its lights were on. Dark and cold was so much that he went there without thinking. He could not believe his eyes when he walked in from the castle. He had a nice feast at a magnificent table. He took a hot shower under the running water like rivers. He slept comfortably on soft pillows. Finally, he rested so much and decided to go home. He was very surprised to see his horse in front of the door. He thanked the derelict castle. While he was going to go on his horse, he saw very beautiful and eye-catching roses next to the door. They smelled so good. He wanted to take one with him and give it to one of the girls who admired him. Just as he was taking the rose, a deafening scream was heard. What happened then? It happened. Suddenly a very strong wind blew. The clouds gathered. Everywhere was terrible. Something came out of the bushes as the young boy looked around scared. That was a girl. But what is that? She was the ugliest creature anyone could ever see. Her jet black eyes looked like a monster. She had an ugly nose, a crooked mouth, and disheveled hair. Her skin was green, and she was wearing strange clothes. Henry was getting really disgusted when he saw her. This girl is uglier than his ugly brothers. She also looks very scary. Henry wanted to run away, but he could not move. "You!" the girl with a bad voice that shouted. "How dare you touch my roses?" Me, said the boy. He could not say anything out of fear. "You wanted to pluck my roses. Now I will kill you," the girl yelled. She opened her long fingernails and exposed her sharp teeth. The young boy said, "I beg you don't kill me. I got lost and took refuge here. I saw these beautiful roses on the way. That's all, please." "Don't you know you shouldn't touch things that aren't yours?" Ugly girl was so angry. Who was the stranger who would want to pluck her roses, especially when her roses are very important to her? "Oh, please don't kill me. Please, please, I'm begging you. I do what you want. Please," Henry said. "What I want, is it?" she asked. Yes, whatever you want. Just don't kill me, please." The girl thought for a while. Then she looked carefully at Henry. "If I want you to stay here with me, would you stay?" she asked. Henry was very surprised by this request, could not know what to say. Of course he didn't want to stay with the ugliest girl in the world, but he didn't want to die. But I have a father and brothers. I can't let them go. My father is very old. Please ask for something else from me," he said. "I said I would say, either stay here with me and live comfortably like last night, or pay the price of touching my roses. The choice is yours, but you better hurry, because your time is running out," she said. Henry thought long and hard after what the girl said. Although he didn't want to stay with this horrible and ugly girl, he desperately agreed. And they started living together. They were very distant at first. Then they started to get used to it over time. The girl's name was Helena. Helena told Henry her story. Years ago, a witch cast a spell on her and her castle. The witch has cursed her with endless ugliness. The only way to break the curse is for a prince on a white horse to come and love this ugly girl. All this took Henry by surprise. Helena thought Henry was the prince on the white horse, but Henry never really loved Helena. Still, Helena had hope and fell in love with Henry. As the days went on like this, news came that Henry's father was very sick. Learning of this, Henry was very upset and begged Helena to return home. Helena could not stand and accepted. Henry has promised he will return, but he did not keep his promise. When he got home, he remembered how ugly Helena was. He did not want to live with her and married one of the village girls. Helena waited days, months, even years, but Henry never came back. She got older and uglier as she waited. Her roses were fading. With one last rose, Helena was dying too. But then she realized something. She did not need Henry to live. Actually, she is being fooled all this time. It did not take a man to break the curse. Actually, no princess in the world needed a prince on a white horse to escape. It was bullshit for a woman to need a man. Absolutely nonsense. All the tales were lying. When she realized that, Helena's rose started to shine. Helena felt better now. Something happened at that moment. The castle was covered with colorful clouds. The sun was rising up. The sky was bright. The curse had broken. Helena's ugly face turned into the most beautiful face in the world. Her hair started dancing in the wind. A gorgeous dress appeared on her. Beautiful Helena lived peacefully, alone on her own feet. So every girl realized she does not need a prince on a white horse.